Welcome back. I'm Rick Atkinson, founder and president of RA Retirement Advisors. Today I'd like to talk about pets in retirement. As you enter into retirement, your pet may be getting older with a life expectancy much shorter than your own. A common mistake made by retirees is immediately replacing Muffin, Mittens, or Buster without carefully evaluating the impact of the decision on your retirement plan. Consider a retiree who plans to travel, volunteer, and have hobbies outside of the home. Now you have a new pet, possibly a puppy or a kitten. And now you're limited to out-of-home activities because of the need to care for the animal. As the pet grows, there may be difficulty in leaving it for weeks on a time when you are traveling and going on vacation. More often than not, family and friends are reluctant to look after your pet, especially for long time periods. And the cost of kenneling can be very high, not to mention the emotional aspects of leaving your pet in a strange place. If you plan on taking the pet with you when you travel, you may experience many hotels, inns, bed and breakfasts just don't allow them. If you currently own a pet, there will come a time when you and your spouse or your partner will face its passing. Prior to this happening, take time to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of owning another pet. Discuss your future retirement plans and determine if a pet is part of them. And it's important to seriously consider the ramifications and the commitment of owning another pet. 3 questions should be asked. 1, if our current pet dies, would we want another? Why and why not? Question 2, what problems may stem from us getting a pet at this stage of our lives? And 3, what changes in our lives would make us consider getting a pet in the future if we currently don't have one? Now I'd like to talk about what happens to your pet if in fact you are incapacitated, hospitalized, or you die. As a pet owner, you should have a plan for the care of your pet. Arranging for short-term care, try and find a friend or a relative who is willing to take care of your pet during short time periods brought about by illness or hospitalization. And if you live in an apartment or a condo, consider giving your caregiver a key and written permission to enter the building and your unit. 2, arranging short-term care at a shelter or a charitable organization. In the event of your hospitalization, providing the shelter or the organization with written instructions and permission for taking care of your pet. And it's also a good idea to leave written instructions with a relative or a friend regarding the shelter care for your pet. 3, designated caregivers. Finding a friend or a relative who is willing to take your pet and give it a good home if something should happen to you. This matter should be discussed well in advance with the potential caregiver to make sure that the animal will receive adequate care. The person who is to receive the pet as a result of bequeath in your will should understand that he or she becomes the pet's new owner and as such has all the rights and responsibilities that go with it. And it's a good idea to name an alternate caregiver in case the first named person is unable or unwilling to take care of your pet when the time comes. Now, you may wish to leave a sum of money to the pet's designated owner with the instructions of how that money is to be used in the care of your pet. Now, you may even look at having a designated shelter. If you can't find a friend or a relative willing to take care of your pet, then a charitable organization whose function is to care for and place companion animals. There's another situation, and that is providing euthanasia if caregivers cannot be found. While you may feel that it's important to protect your pet from mistreatment or a bad home, it's questionable whether a healthy pet's life should be ended with euthanasia. Nevertheless, if you wish to provide for euthanasia, speak to your lawyer about specifying in your will that your pet is to be cared for by the executor or a friend for a specific time period. And during this time, Ask that the person attempt to find a good home for your pet. And if no home is found in a reasonable time period and effort, then indicate in your will that the pet may be euthanized. Now, with all of the aspects of retirement, ownership and care of a pet requires a lot of discussion and planning. Don't rush into anything. Try to remove emotion from your decision process and think about the impact, both positive and negative, that a pet would have on your retirement. Thank you. Please visit my website, whencaniretire.ca, and see you the next time.